Thanks. Good morning. My name is Jahanna, and my essay is a little bit less about South Carolina and more so set in South Carolina. So I'm sorry if you're expecting something like we just heard. You're not going to get it. You did a great job. This is The Road Back to Humility, an unexpected Enneagram journey. You don't have to search far at all to see the effects of the Enneagram revolution. Instagram memes, Christian blogs, and bestseller book lists are all Enneagram obsessed and have been since the release of The Road Back to You, an Enneagram journey to self-discovery by Ian Morgan Cron and Suzanne Stabile. This book is basically the holy scripture of Enneagram study. It argues, building off of ages-old research and practices, that there are only 9 basic personality types that every human fits into. Sounds simple, right? It isn't. The Enneagram has many layers, and to a newcomer, these layers can seem paralyzingly complex. After attempting to digest the hyper-specific yet shockingly insightful descriptions of each basic personality type, you have to start studying wings, triads, stress and health tendencies, subtypes, etc. Each aspect seems like an unnecessary addition until you figure out how you fit into it, and then you wonder how you ever functioned without it. That is the main appeal of the Enneagram, its ability to reveal hidden, confusing, problematic, and beautiful aspects of your personality. Cron and Stabile write in The Road Back to You, the Enneagram has to do with self-knowledge. Most folks assume they understand who they are when they don't. They're asleep. We're all dozing off in regard to our deepest selves, and the Enneagram is the alarm clock you never really knew you needed. This is exactly what hooked me on the Enneagram during my sophomore year at SWU. As an anxious, exhausted, self-loathing college student, I was desperate to understand what I was missing about my own personality. After hearing vague yet enthusiastic descriptions of the Enneagram at a Bible study in Clemson, my curiosity was insatiable. People were saying that the Enneagram changed their life or transformed their marriage or brought them closer to Jesus in the most gritty but precious way. In other words, it seemed like the answer that I, a confused college student from a tiny southern town, was searching for. The first problem that I stumbled across is that you can't really take an Enneagram test to determine your number. Instead, you have to do a deep dive into all of the numbers and start playing an elimination game. I love being alone and thinking, so maybe I'm a 5. But I also hate conflict more than anything, so maybe I'm a 9. I know I'm not a 4 or an 8. And on it goes until you finally settle on your number. This is why the Enneagram is described as a journey, because it takes time. Time that I did not have and also did not want to invest. I'm a problem solver. I like simple, easy, and quick solutions to any and all problems. My mom can tell you that. The Enneagram is not simple, easy, or quick. The second problem is that The Road Back to You retailed around $22 at the time. I was supporting myself financially for the most part, so buying this magical book for myself was just not an option. The libraries had this book on hold for months, as did all of my friends who graciously said, "You can borrow it, but first I have to get it back from this person who lent it to this person who lent it to this person." You get the idea. So I just had to settle for reading shorter and, in my opinion, less accurate descriptions on a website called the Enneagram Institute. For many months, I thought that I was an Enneagram 6 based on their inaccurate descriptions. Only after finally getting my hands on a copy of The Road Back to You did I realize that I am through and through an Enneagram 1, the perfectionist. I was casually interested in the Enneagram during this almost year-long stint of thinking that I was a 6. However, when I actually discovered my Enneagram 1-ness, that casual curiosity transformed into a full-blown obsession. I was typing all of my friends, typing fictional characters, attending Enneagram workshops in trendy boutiques and churches in Greenville, searching ceaselessly for the best Enneagram meme accounts, listening to all of the best Enneagram podcasts, rolling my eyes, and quickly correcting anyone who said they were a 6 wing 2, etc. I quickly became known in my circles as an Enneagram person, and I loved it. I could answer other people's questions on the Enneagram, point them to the best resources, and even send them links to the cutest Enneagram mugs on Etsy. In short, the Enneagram was becoming my perspective on the world. Every morning I woke up, took a deep breath, looked out my apartment window at the blazing sun rising in the Tillman Place parking lot, and instinctually put on my Enneagram goggles, ready to see myself and the people around me strictly in terms of this intricate and profound system that I'd fallen in love with. What could go wrong? The Enneagram is advertised to be a tool for self-discovery and self-knowledge. As stated earlier, it is designed primarily for personal growth. Its secondary use, interpersonal growth. After a few months of my ceaseless obsession with the Enneagram, I got bored. Not with the system itself, but with me, with how I interact with my number, how my 2-wing came out when I cleaned the apartment or listened to friends crying, how my self-preservation subtype explained my entire life of rationing my energy, time, and resources out of a fear that if I wasn't careful, they would all one day just run out. Thinking that I can instantly understand a person just because I know their number is evidence of self-assured pride, not top-notch analytical skills or an impressive body of knowledge of a complicated typing system. The Enneagram is a fantastic tool for self-analysis, but that's all it is. So, for now, my path towards growth in the Enneagram looks not like total avoidance, but instead like careful moderation. According to Katie Jo Ramsey, the Enneagram makes sanctification specific by giving us a roadmap where we most need God's healing. Ironically, perhaps the sanctifying roadmap that the Enneagram is giving me is not actually found within my number, but without. Perhaps it is found in the process of learning humility and grace, first as a human and child of God. Only then can I approach myself as broken and other people as people. Thank you.